Hey everyone, hey, here's a question for you. Should I start exercising if I have neuropathy? So you remember back in the day, and a lot of you guys remember this, remember that song, Let's Get Physical? You should get physical, but you gotta be careful. Why? You could hurt yourself. Remember, what is neuropathy? Neuropathy is damage to your nerves in your hands and or your feet. Most of the time it's in your feet. Now, if it's in your feet, what are you gonna feel? You might feel numbness, tingling, balance problems, muscle weakness, all these different things. So what happens if you have neuropathy and you start exercising? Well, it's good because you're forcing blood flow to that area. You're now helping stimulate those nerves. You're doing all these great things. But what's the drawback? If you push yourself too hard and or do the wrong exercise, you could actually hurt yourself. You could fall. You could hurt yourself. So many different things that can happen. So you got to be careful, right? So what you got to do is you got to plan things out properly. You got to keep moving and you got to push yourself to a certain degree, but you got to know your limits. Well, how do you know your limits? Right? A lot of it is talking to a trained professional, somebody who understands the situation, somebody who actually looks at neuropathy, understands the complexity of it, because it is a very complex problem. How do we know this? Because most places don't even know how to treat it. When they treat it with medications that just suppress the symptoms. But if you suppress the symptoms, what actually happens to the problem? It gets worse and worse and worse. Other places, they try to do certain treatments. But again, if you don't understand that neuropathy is a multidimensional problem, meaning you might have one symptom, but there's so many different things causing it, from circulatory problems to actual physical structure of the nerve, to protein production in the body, to inflammation, to so many different things. That's why it is so complex. You know, I spent a lot of time studying and reading and traveling and learning from all different facets of doctors all around the world about neuropathy. And what I always found is that they got results, but they were never able to take it to the next step. And the biggest reason why is because they look at it as a very singular plane, meaning that it's just damage to the nerve. But no one ever takes into account what actually happens to the body and why does that nerve deteriorate. So through all the research and all the clinical studies that we've done here now, we found out that, look, if you treat the body as a whole, meaning you have to treat it on a circulatory level, a neurological level, a muscular level, even an emotional level too as well, that's how you get the best results. Now, it takes very specialized equipment as well too. So if you've got neuropathy, you got to be careful, right? Because there's not a one stop or a one treatment fix all. It is always a multitude of things. And you got to be real careful because neuropathy can destroy your life. So if you've got it and you've got questions, please come into our office. Let's talk and evaluate condition and see what can actually be done, because you don't want to wait till it's too late. So this is Dr. Ty with the tip of the day.